PushGapRadio.com, Hamilton Park, Dallas, Fort Worth.
I think it is hysterical seeing all the companies on here whining about, where's everybody at for Black Friday? Bitch, you know how much money we just spent on Thanksgiving dinner? We just spent an entire month's worth of grocery budget for one goddamn meal. So not only are we staying at home and eating leftovers all weekend, we sure as hell ain't going shopping, especially when there's video after video on here proving how y'all have been price gouging. Oh, you mark something up to twice what it's normally worth just so you can give us half off? Bullshit. And then the other thing is, let's be honest, it's not like the online retailers are any better. What's the best you've seen this year? 20% off? Hell, all you got to do is make a new email address and go sign up for loyalty rewards at basically any website right now, and you get 20% off any time of the year. So why are we fretting about doing it now? We're still recovering from groceries from last week. So while y'all are complaining about Black Friday, shoppers, maybe you need to start thinking about the fact that, I don't know, we're all about tapped out. As far as I'm concerned, this year for Christmas, you know what everybody's getting? Electricity, gas, hot water, place to live. That's what we're getting for Christmas this year because it's all we can goddamn afford.
Hey, welcome to Estevan TV. I'm at PushGapRadio.com.
PushGapRadio.com. Bridging the gap between old school and new school radio. PushGapRadio.com. It's Dallas, baby.
PushGapRadio.com in Dallas and Fort Worth. Welcome back to a After Turkey Day edition of Shaka 41 in the main event with Jackie O. What's the business?
What's up, everybody? Happy belated Thanksgiving. I hope everybody had a great day. Got to enjoy family and friends.
I see you had a great time. While
I had a wonderful time. I'm still recuperating.
Yes, I know. 24 hours of cooking for Jackie.
Yes, pretty much.
Man, Jackie was cooking for a long time. She was off on Wednesday.
Yes.
And didn't get through till like Thursday morning, like 11 o'clock or noon, man. Too much for me. Enjoyed it. It was great. Jackie's a phenomenal cook, but shit, I ain't gonna be able to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, do all that damn cooking, fam. Y'all would have got some Swanson's turkey TV dinners and they kept it moving. It'd have been me.
But seeing how everybody enjoyed it, it was definitely worth it. I enjoyed spending time. At one point, I had 4 generations in the house, so that was amazing. So
well, I'll be here for Christmas. I'll be home for Christmas.
That's right, and we'll have a repeat for Christmas.
Yep, 2 Christmas birthdays in the house.
Yes.
Me and Miss Brianna,
yes.
And we will definitely be enjoying that. Black Friday didn't turn out like they thought it would, huh? Wasn't nobody out there buying that shit.
I don't know why they should be so surprised, though.
Me either.
But then, too, even for those that did decide that they were going to do a little shopping,
right,
there wasn't a whole lot to get.
The prices were the damn same when you were pulling the damn price from behind the price. The damn Black Friday price is the same as the everyday low prices, Walmart.
In some instances, that's true. But even at that, there just was not, and you know me, I'm a shopper. There was nothing really out there.
Nothing available. Nothing freaking available.
I went on Amazon and it's like, where are the Black Friday, like really, really, really good deals?
They said they switching it to Black Tuesday, so you got to wait a week.
Well, Cyber Monday, we'll see what Cyber Monday is about, but Black Friday wasn't about anything. And then you were like, I mean, they were giving like $3, $5 off.
Right.
Well, that's not a sale. We can get that all day long, every day.
You can get that all day, every day. Black Friday sales show that U.S. consumers are watching their wallets and holding out for deeper discounts, which sets retailers up for a subdued holiday shopping season and potentially lackluster earning results early next year. Because, you know, they make all their money during this time. During Black Friday is when they come out of the red. That's why it's called Black Friday. Well, that and the slave thing, but we won't get into that. But yeah, they make all their money during this time.
Yes, they do. And they've been predicted to continue to slash prices throughout the rest of the year because they don't want to end up with all this abundance of stuff at the end of the year, because then they'll have to pay taxes.
But they're not slashing them enough.
Yeah, but they're going to have to start slashing them a little bit more in order to move it, to get rid of it.
Well, you need to do something because I'm like you. The prices I've been seeing ain't no reason for me to roll out the rack and come see about you.
But then they're also saying, too, that part of the problem is people can't afford to buy anything. The inflation is so bad. Mm-hmm. High interest rates are
atrocious.
Yes.
That
people are just not, they're being more conservative with their money because now a lot of people are having to make choices.
You sure the hell do.
On what to do with their money. So
consumers aren't spending at the same pace they did during the past couple of years when the holidays were marked by post-pandemic splurges. While estimates on brick and mortar Black Friday sales won't be available for some time, Salesforce Inc. expects online U.S. sales to grow by 1% in November and December versus a year ago. Now, one lady says she found a video of a couple at Walmart removing the Black Friday price signs like I was telling you about. I saw that on TikTok, on TVs and whatnot, and the price was the same underneath. And they're saying that last year's sales were weak compared to previous years, but everywhere seems slow right now. Corporate greed has killed Black Friday, is what a lot of people are saying. And this one person, Purple Puma, said the store I work at has been slow as shit. And the Black Friday deals are a joke because they saying they slashed their lunchtime to 30 minutes, brought lunch in, and still ain't nobody showed that it was more employees in the store than customers.
Well, and also they said, usually this time of year there's a lot of temporary hiring for seasonal workers. And they're saying that a lot of the stores this year didn't do that.
Because they knew. They know what's damn coming. Ain't nobody coming in here to buy this crap.
And they didn't.
And people are broke between paying high-ass rent, electric, trying to eat, buying gas, car note, car insurance, etc. That's what somebody said. If they put groceries on Black Friday, they would be there ASAP. Okay, if they would put the groceries on sale, people would be there in droves. Same stuff every year. You can only buy so many TVs and dishware. Put groceries on sale. They start raising the prices back in August, and then back them back down to the original price for Black Friday. Like you stupid. And people just trying to eat and pay rent. Really, man. People are struggling, man. Because what I'm getting you for Christmas is electric, water, gas, and the rent.
And I'm Christmas. And I'm not mad at you.
See, get your girl like Jackie O out.
I saw a story where in this one store, they have resorted to putting, those little sensor lock thingies?
Yes.
They have started putting that around their expensive meat because people have been stealing so much of their meat.
Yeah, that shit going on everything.
You have to go get somebody to unlock it for you in order for you to be able to get it.
Toothpaste, freaking razors. They got everything back there because it's just becoming rampant with the people kicking in and stealing and smashing, grabbing, and that's raising prices for the rest of us, man.
It is.
Little do they know, but they don't care.
Now, the smash and grabs, they need to quit that. But sometimes with the food, you can't really always fault the people for that because you have some people that have babies and children that they have to try to feed. Yeah. And with the way that the economy is and the way that our government is, they're too busy trying to help all of these other countries and these migrants that are coming here that they are forgetting about their own people. So people are getting desperate. And I mean, not saying that it's right.
Yeah.
But sometimes you can understand.
And you're bringing it on yourself. It's just price gouging. Everybody is price gouging. I saw the story, and we're going to move on. I saw the story over the weekend of these ladies that lived in this retirement village. They had their own little home, and it was a retirement place. And the new people came in, just like Morgan Properties did us. The new people who bought the place came in, and now their rent is like $6,800. These people are in their 80s and 90s. This was supposed to have been their forever home. Most of them had lost their spouses. So they live here where they get medical care, this, that, and the third. And what they was paying was about $2,000, $2,500 a month. These people come in and now it's $6,800 a month. And then the one lady says she goes to the back of her house when she sees a moving truck coming in because she hates to see her friends 95 years old have to pack up and move again. It's price gouging. Everybody thinks they're going to make their money off the poor people. Everything is high as giraffe booty, mine. Well, and it's just sad. Groceries, car insurance, gas coming down because it's an election year. But property taxes, everything's just going up because they want to gouge the poor people instead of going after the people like Elon Musk and them shooting damn rockets into the damn sky.
Well, and then also with the elderly, they are, I mean, they even have to, like with their Social Security and things like that. Right. They still have to pay deductibles and things. These people already don't get enough money to live every month. And then what little bit they do get, you find other ways to still take it back from them. And then we'll have the audacity to send them a notification saying that you overpaid them and they have to pay the money back, and you confiscate their whole entire check. Yes. They just do not care about the American people. They don't care about the
people. Why don't you tax these rich people that's got all this money to spend on this bullshit? It's just truly sad. Now, we were talking about the low-income New Yorkers who lost out on Thanksgiving turkeys as the migrants gobbled everything up, while Sleepy Joe out here pardoning damn turkeys. The people in this one community in Chicago was out, in Queens, New York, this particular one. They say there's ongoing tensions in New York City between poor, disproportionately black citizens and migrants who seem to get priority in terms of city resources. Some 125,000 illegal aliens have arrived in New York City in a little more than a year. Just a couple of weeks ago, a team of researchers from FAIR traveled to the Big Apple where they saw illegal aliens at the Roosevelt Hotel receiving free food when what used to be a restaurant open to the public. And these people done turned down the shelters and whatnot because, like old boy said, if you putting them in a 5-star hotel, the Roosevelt, everything else is a downgrade. You getting maid service and you eating in the 5-star restaurant, this, that, and the third. Why would I want to go stay in a shelter out on a damn runway at an airport?
They've also demanded to be able to stay on Billionaires Row. Yep. They're saying that a lot of their places are empty and that they should be able to occupy those places as well.
They should.
But what you were talking about in Queens,
yes, Queens,
they have housed or have put 8,000 migrants into Queens. Queens was already struggling to begin with,
black community,
which we already know that it's a poor black community, you know, with the projects and things. Right. And so they moved them in there, and when they got ready to do their food drive for Thanksgiving,
give out them turkeys
the other day, they interviewed one of the Long residents. She's been, in Queens forever. And she said that they were supposed to start giving out the food at 11. And she said generally they can get in line between 10:30, 10:45, and it would be fine. She said this year, that was just not the case. She said by the time they came out, the migrants were already in line down the street, around the corner, and they were in line first. So they absorbed and they got all of the resources.
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
Versus the people that actually live there that should have gotten it. So far, they've spent over $4.65 billion in New York for migrants since this asylum since the governor have been sending them to New York. Yeah. And they expect the cost to even go up because what Mayor Adams is going to do is he's getting ready to do budget cuts.
Yes, sir.
He's going to cut the police budget, so that's going to eliminate the next 5 academy classes that they had coming up. They have a lot of other programs that they're going to have to cut out. So now crime is going to increase, which has already been increasing, because they're finding that they're forming gangs and things.
And here are the cuts that she's talking about. New Yorkers certainly won't be thankful for Mayor Adams this Thanksgiving, as he recently announced every city agency is facing budget cuts to pay for the migrant crisis. These cuts will impact agencies that the residents of the city rely on. They're cutting $2.1 billion from the Department of Education for the city's already failing educational system for public schools. $1.4 billion is cut from the Department of Social Services, $800 million from homeless services. More than half of all the people being sheltered by the city are illegal immigrants. $300 million is being cut from the fire department, which also responds to medical emergencies, where you think the ambulances come from, and $200 million from city hospitals. There's a freeze on hiring of new police officers in the city that has seen a 30% overall increase in crime. The NYPD has already lost some 3,000 officers since 2019 and could lose 4,500 more in the next 18 months. So things don't change. It's going to be worse by Thanksgiving of 2024.
And he's saying that's just the beginning. Yeah. That's only what they're looking at so far, because he's saying that as long as they keep bringing them there, their cost is going to continue to go up.
Sleepy Joe just letting them pour in here, man. He don't give a damn. And then when he was there 2-3 weeks ago, Mayor Adams was trying to catch up to him. He came to give some speech in New York, and Sleepy Joe just ducked and dodged him, man. Can't wait for Trump to get back in there, player.
And in addition to the food giveaway, they also prepared meals for them for Thanksgiving. They did not prepare meals for the homeless New Yorkers.
The residents,
They had to. Now, I'm not talking about the residents. I'm talking about the homeless.
Yeah, the homeless residents of New York.
They did not try to help them at all. They had to fend for themselves. But for the migrants,
who's gobbling up everything,
they fixed turkey and all the trimmings.
Now, the one guy was fixing something. He said it was indicative of where they were from, because they weren't used to turkey or something.
Well, he said that they're not used to the traditional meals. So what he did is he gave them options. He did, like he said, baby drumstick legs and different things like that, to things that they were more culturally used to. Right. And that was just one area that they were helping feed them. This one is from the city of New York itself that was feeding, that I'm talking about.
Right.
And so they just went all out, and one of the hospitals that's there, they feed them and have been feeding them since they've been here. So far, they're clocking over 12 million meals that they've served them since this all began. And again, they're doing this for the migrants, but there is no help at all for
the citizens,
people.
For your own people. And that's your tax dollar going to feed these people, shelter these people, house these people, get these people checks, and now to help them try to get these dang work permits and whatnot. That's your tax dollar. And here's my thing. White folks, when y'all occupied Wall Street, this, that, and the third, when y'all went to the Capitol January 6th of last year, how come y'all not storming now? And then again, what keeps getting me is people keep doing the protest and shit in different groups. If you're from Queens, then y'all want to go out and protest. If you in Chicago, your little neighborhood want to go protest. When y'all gonna wake up and come together? It's all a scam. It's to make poor black people and poor white people believe that they're each other's enemy, when the enemy of both of us is the rich.
It's the government.
Look up Nathaniel Bacon, Nathaniel Bacon's Revolt. You'll see where white privilege comes from. It's all a game to conquer, divide, and to keep us going at each other while they ass humping all of us.
They're saying so far in New York, the tax burden per household is $1,321 so far.
Right.
But that's expected to go up as well. Now, you do have, I think it's in Staten Island it is.
Yeah.
they have gotten to the point where they're starting to go to jail, and they said that they're ready to go to jail because they do not want them in their area and they're tired of it. So what they're doing, because they're supposed to be building up these encampments or whatever they call them, and these people are blocking the trucks and not letting the trucks through.
As well they should.
When they've been trying to bus some of the migrants in, they blocking the buses, not letting the buses through. They say they don't care. They're just ready to go to jail because they don't want no parts of it. And they said
they were throwing their keys over the bridge, weren't they?
Yeah, they were doing all kinds of stuff because they were like, enough is enough. Because they said that it doesn't seem like the city nor the government in Washington is going to help them. So they're taking matters into their own hands.
America wants free or cheap labor. That's what this country was built on. Free or cheap labor. And that's what they're going to get from the immigrants. And all of this shit, take my word, I'll be dead and gone. All this automated robots and self-driving cars, all this crap gonna backfire on these people. All of it. The rich want to keep holding on to the profits. And it's like in my job, driving a transit bus here in Dallas. The people in the office think they're more important than the people out in the field driving the damn vehicle, collecting the money, interacting with the passenger. Take that away and then bring your ass out of that office and you get a bus and you drive it around. Same thing with the auto workers. They're going to ship them jobs. They gave them the contract, but they're going to ship them jobs to Mexico, India, China, and it's all going to backfire. How you don't make anything to support yourself? You're importing all your stuff from another country. What if that country turns off the spigot? When they get upset at you or you call yourself putting sanctions against them or whatever, what happens when they turn off the spigot? They ain't sending your ass no oil. They ain't sending you no products. And your whole world just going to crumble because we don't build shit in America. We used to build everything. Cars. You remember Zenith and Magnavox?
All of that went away with the maquiladora.
We don't make a damn thing anymore in this country. We rely on somebody else, all predicated on cheap labor because they don't want to pay.
Mm-hmm. And also, they're saying that the reason why Chicago and New York are attracting the most migrants is because between the two of them, one of them is more lax on them proving the asylum part of things. and then the other one is not really forcing the issue with the identification and things like that. Right. So that's the reason why they're going to those two places. New York has also been buying one-way flight tickets to anywhere they want to go.
Send them back. Send them back. Send them back to wherever the fuck they come from. Round them up, put them on a plane, and ship their asses out of this fucking country. Because one thing's for certain. If Donald Trump was still president, this shit wouldn't be happening. It is the complete audacity for me. The demands that they're making. U.S. citizens don't even fucking get help from the U.S. government. We got men, women, children, and veterans who are fucking hungry, homeless, and don't have health care. It's a real simple fix. Round them up and ship their asses out. Send them back. Problem solved.
Go.
I'm going back to Venezuela.
It don't even have to be Venezuela. They can want to go to Paris. They're going to get a one-way ticket.
Well, it don't rhyme with I'm going back to Paris. It don't go. Okay. I used to rap back in the day. Devastating, titillating, definitely invigorating. Not like I'm insinuating that I think I'm stimulating. Reason that I could get ratings, you can tell Jackie ain't never wrote a rhyme in her life. I'm going back to Paris.
And not trying to.
I'm
talking about a story. Venezuela. I'm not sitting up here trying to
I hear you, but
trying to do
you can tell. If I told Jackie to hit
Hannah Banana right now. Bobana Momana, I ain't trying to do all that. I'm talking business.
Jackie went way back. Yeah, but they're going. They're paying them to go back. Fed up migrants who trek thousands of miles to the U.S. are already heading home. The American dream doesn't exist. Some Venezuelan migrants who trek thousands of miles to the U.S. in search of a better life are disheartened and say they're ready to head back home. More than 20,000 migrants have made their way to Chicago since August of 2022, when Republican Texas Governor Greg Abbott Start slapping that ass on them buses and shipping them off to these sanctuary cities. Okay, they didn't make their way to Chicago. Their ass was bused to Chicago by Greg Abbott. Many of them ended up sleeping at O'Hare Field International Airport and at police stations in Chicago.
They're coming out of Florida, too.
Yeah. And a lot of them are choosing to return home due to limited resources for immigrants. Now, the immigrants who came here later this year, they say they just getting scraps and whatnot because the other immigrants was already sucking up everything. One guy said, how many more months of living in the streets do they have to do? He said it's better that he leaves. At least he has his mother back home. And they didn't know things would be this hard and thought the process would be faster.
Agree. Go home.
Go home.
We have enough problems on our own.
And they said, we just want to go home. Tired of sleeping in the streets, and they trying to get out before that Chicago winter really hits. I'm from Gary, Indiana, baby, 20 minutes from Chicago. Whatever happens in Chicago happens in Gary, Indiana. And when that Hulk hit, player, it ain't no joke if you from below the equator.
And honestly, when you have small children and babies and pregnant women, you should think things out a little more.
Yeah.
You know,
they thought the process would be quicker.
Well, they
getting the job permits, the work permits and whatnot. They just thought it would be a faster process.
And all of these people are not legitimate as far as the asylum goes. Yeah. So, but with that new law that they're trying to pass in Texas, if that new law passes, a lot of that is about to be...
And they can put your ass in jail now because what the sanctuary cities are, they say they're not helping the government to harass these people and arrest them and deport them and whatnot. But Greg Abbott in the state of Texas said, to hell with that. We're going to make our own law since the government doesn't want to do it. They just want to go home. They say they're tired of sleeping in the streets. They might as well sleep in the streets in Venezuela, wherever they're from. The city's resources are strained with over 19,000 migrants arriving since August of 2022 and more than 68,000 citizens grappling with homelessness. Now, I believe it's way more than 19,000. You know, they always undercut the numbers. Mm-hmm. It's way more than that. The 68,000 Chicago citizens that are homeless, I believe it's more than that. They always push down the numbers. Some suggested that they had been drawn to Chicago after being wrongly led to believe they would be swiftly granted asylum status and work permits, paving the way for a better life. Say, we didn't know these things were going to be this hard, thought the process would be quicker. And the governor of Illinois, Governor J.B. Pritzker, accused the federal government of failing to provide adequate assistance to Chicago for the migrant crisis and has brought the city to a breaking point.
Join everywhere else.
If your ass say you a sanctuary city, you got the resources to help, right? Don't be a sanctuary city, but be looking at my damn pocket. Federal government. My taxes. Well, we're a sanctuary city. We welcome one and all. Then nigga, don't look for my taxes to help you pay for that shit. That's what you brought on yourself. And what they talking about was Harold Washington. You remember the black mayor, Harold Washington in the 80s? Trying to say blame him because he signed it. That's not what Harold Washington meant, to just dump these people in here. If you and your family came here and it's just y'all, cool, we can help you out. But you sending 19, 20, 60,000, 100,000 of y'all at one time, that ain't what this bill was for. And you misinterpreted Brandon, what's his name, the mayor of Chicago.
And New York's is even worse because with theirs, all they have to do is go up and tell them that they want to seek asylum and they want somewhere to live. And they have to abide by that.
Saying they're being persecuted in their homeland. No, you're not. Mm-hmm. No, you're not.
But and New York have to find them somewhere to live. But the thing is, they ran out of places for them to go. Yeah. But it's like, what kind of stupid, idiotic law is that to have? If you have to be housing somebody, house our veterans that are homeless. House the other people that were born American. House them first.
Or who came here legally. Okay. Now, the Governor Pritzker of Illinois said more than $330 million has already been spent by the state to house and feed the migrants. Others said they have realized that Chicago's limited resources have been depleted by waves of migrants that have overwhelmed the Democrat-led sanctuary cities over the past 16 months, leaving the latest newcomers with nothing but scraps. So they trying to find different places to house these people. They opening up schools and communities that when these people in the community wanted the school open for their own benefit, they were told no, there was no money, and now all of a sudden you just find money pouring out your ass to get some people who came here illegally.
They're refusing to go. They're saying they're not to their standards.
Yeah, because you're used to the Roosevelt Hotel. Shit, maid service. Would you want to go out here in the middle of nowhere? They're saying it's far away from their schools and whatnot for their kids. But yeah, do you want to go out here and sleep
It didn't
in a
matter
damn
if
tent?
it was far away from their schools. They were going to provide transportation to the schools. So that was just an excuse.
You was laying your ass on 600 thread count sheets, nigga.
But now
you gotta
some
go
of them
jump
are
in this
outside.
cot.
But now some of them are outside in the elements in the tent.
They kicking them out.
But at least where they were trying to bust them to, at least they had heat and they had somewhere to be out of the elements.
Well, here come that Chicago winter.
They trying to be all bougie and stuff. Go home.
Here come that Chicago winter, baby. And if you ain't never experienced it, and let me tell you something.
Denver, they're having the issues in Denver.
In droves.
Denver,
yeah, they get like 60 days if they're a family or 30 days
something if they're a single.
They're a single parent. Let me tell you something. If you have never experienced a real Chicago winter, I'm talking about in the 60s and 70s, not this climate change shit they got going on now. No. Where it snows and 2-3 days, 5 days later, the snow has cleared up. No. I'm talking about when the snow comes and that snow is there for 3, 4, 5 months and more snow is being dumped on top of it. Then you live at Lake Michigan. I don't know if you ever heard of what they call the lake effect up that way. When that hawk come off that water, ain't no place to hide in Chicago. There's nowhere to hide. You better have somewhere to live. Because trust me, that little damn pup tent you got ain't going to stand up to no Chicago winter, fam. Why you think they call it the Windy City? When that hawk tear through there, it's taking that tent and all of your damn belongings. You're going to be like Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, okay? So take your ass home. Let us know what you think. Put down in the comments. Were they wrong for gobbling up all the holiday turkeys? Do you think it's time for them to take their ass home? Would you pay for a ticket for them to go home? Or do you think that they should be here seeking asylum from their own country? Okay. Are they being harassed and whatnot in their country? Or are they just trying to make a better life for themselves? Let us know what you think, and we will come back with you. What you got going on in entertainment?
Quite a bit.
It's the Jackie O Entertainment Report on pushgapradios.com.
Yeah. Well, this big, speaking of New York.
Yeah.
Right before Thanksgiving, or actually on Thanksgiving Day, an act called the Adult Survivors Act.
Yes.
Which was put in place in 2022, and it had a 1-year timeline. And so it was about to expire. Well, upon getting
explain
close,
to them what the Adult Survivors Act is. A lot of people don't know.
It was passed by New York lawmakers in the wake of the Me Too movement, and it took effect November 24, 2022, and then again it expired on Thursday. So what people could do, or women, well, a majority of them were women anyway, what they could do is, no matter how old their cases were, if they were sexually abused or harassed or any of that, they could file a lawsuit against their accused.
Civil, not criminal.
Yeah. So they could file a lawsuit against the person that allegedly assaulted them. And so as a result of this deadline coming up, over 2,500 lawsuits were filed. And
they got Steele Bill again.
Yeah.
Got Bill Cosby again. Come on, man. When does it all end? Back there in the 60s and 70s, man, y'all was back there doing that good dope. Sex was off the chain. Remember Studio 54? Those of you of a certain age. It was off the chain back then. Free sex, free love, all that. All of them was doing the dope. And again, if Bill Cosby was molesting you or raping you, as you say, why was you still coming back over his house? The one lady who sued him not only came back to his house, brought her mama. But he doing all this stuff to you 40, 50 damn years later. It's sad.
So some of the accused are Eric Adams, the mayor of New York City.
Yeah, they want Eric out of there.
He had a $5 million lawsuit filed against him on November 22nd.
You think he did?
Of course he did. You have Andrew Cuomo, the former New York governor.
Oh, they had got him at one time before, back in the day when they had first kicked that stuff off.
Cassie kicked it all off, but in addition to Cassie, there have been 2 other lawsuits that were filed against Sean Diddy Combs.
P. Diddy should have a ton of them.
Axl Rose, he was accused from a sexual assault that he did or allegedly did back in 1989. So that one was really going back in time.
Yeah.
And then also you have Donald Trump. Of
course.
He actually kicked it all off. His accuser have already been paid off.
She was paid. Daniels.
Her name was E.F. Jean Carroll, and she was paid $5 million.
I remember Trump told the one chick she was too ugly for him to be accosting.
Some of the other people were Sean Diddy Combs, his former bad boy president, Hervé Pierre, Jamie Foxx, Russell Brand, Interscope Records co-founder Jimmy Iovine, music executive L.A. Reid, Cuba Gooding Jr., which I am not surprised about Cuba Gooding Jr.
They show video of him.
This little man right here, he actually have a sexual addiction problem or something because he just can never keep his hand or his wee-wee to himself. But Terry Richardson has been accused by 2 women under the acting. He's a photographer.
Now, who is this?
His name is Terry Richardson. He's a famed photographer. Okay. So he was getting his freaky deaky on too. Apparently. I'm surprised.
Grab him in the biscuit.
I'm surprised Russell Simmons is not somewhere at the top of his line.
Russell's still hiding
over there in Dubai. He probably done really went undercover now. He out there in the desert somewhere with the camels by now.
Russell probably over there got on a whole burqa hide now. He gonna know it's him.
He heard this was coming out, honey. I guarantee you, he probably got 102 of them filed against him.
But I do understand that if something was done to you, molested or whatever. But at what point does the statute of limitations kick in?
That's just
And if this was all done to you, why didn't you report it when it was done? 40, 50, 60 years later, who's able to prove what you said was done to you? Who can prove that? Most of the people are dead.
Okay, here we go. Back before all of this Me Too stuff and all of that, people were not listened to. Who would believe somebody that's coming up saying, "Oh, Bill Cosby molested me"? Who's gonna care? Who's gonna give me any time of day because Bill Cosby was who he was back then?
It was different.
So it's different times.
But if you couldn't prove it then, how you gonna prove it today?
They don't have to approve it. That was the whole thing for this law being in effect for 1 year. It did away with the statute of limitations, and it gave these women the opportunity within this 1 year window to come forward with their truth. Now, with the one that you were talking about that filed against Bill Cosby, that was from back in the 1980s. She was a stand-in on the Cosby Show when she says that she was assaulted.
That video you showed me, that's what I said about Trump. Cosby said she too ugly for him to molest her. Everybody molested that ugly white woman.
But that was back in the 80s. Everybody changes. Some people age better than others. And she apparently didn't age very well. But regardless of that,
pretty in the cradle, ugly at the table.
But from the way that they were talking about Bill slinging his little wee around behind stage, one of the actors that was a child actor at the time on the Cosby Show said that it was so prevalent that he thought everybody knew about it, including Bill's wife, because that's how open he was with the things that he was doing.
But if it was going on like that, Bill being a black man, not setting precedents, then he's seen it all over the place as well. And how many, as we discussed, were groupies who wanted to be around, who would do any and everything to get backstage with Bill Cosby or whoever else was a big celebrity back at the time. They would do anything to get back there and rub shoulders and bump elbows with these damn people.
And
now here it comes that you toe the dough down and hit the bouncer in the head, the bodyguard in the head with a lead pipe to get back here. Now he molested you. Yeah.
So the men should have made smarter choices. They were the ones.
It was the days of that good dope.
They were the ones, and they are the ones that have the most to lose, and now they're losing it.
Well, back then they weren't.
They should have thought with their heads on top of their shoulders and not the one below their shoulders.
Well, maybe some of them chicks was back there grabbing them in their jungles too.
So for these young ones out there now, make smarter choices and decisions. Look at what's happening to these old ones now from 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago.
Exactly.
Watch yourself. Keep yourself zipped up.
Yeah, well, back then it was a totally different era. Them chicks was dying to get just like today. You don't think?
Of course.
You don't think they would have done any and everything to get backstage with Elvis Presley?
It's by
Bill
design.
Cosby or a producer like Harry Weinstein.
Of course
who was
they
back
did.
there, and they was here's the guy that's going to give you the opportunity to live your dream.
You got a lot of them.
You got to pay for it. You got to give something to get something. Okay,
and they
called
do.
it the casting couch. Now, you could say no and walk away, but how bad did you want that role in that movie? How bad did you want the life of celebrity? Hollywood is wicked. I don't know if they knew back then that Hollywood was as wicked as we know it is today, but I'm quite sure you did. Hollywood's been around a long time.
Well, and it needed to not be that way. So it's a good thing that, better late than never. If they were that nasty and they were that dirty, they should pay for it.
True, though?
Nope. All of them are not. But again, that goes back to they should have made smarter decisions with their wee-wees.
Yeah.
So.
With your tallywhacker. Your Joe Louis.
Everything that's cute is not worth it.
Okay. Well, Russell Simmons still in hiding. Okay.
Oh, he ain't gonna never come out of hiding now. You can forget that. He wasn't coming back to begin with, but he really not coming back now.
Because Russell was big on them models, man.
Yes,
Love them models, boy.
Young ones, younger. Because Kimora was, she was seriously a minor.
That was all of them. You got to look at Jerry Lee Lewis, married his cousin Elvis Presley's pervert ass. How old was Priscilla when he met her?
She was a teenager.
Yeah, nothing but a babe. Okay, so don't
Jay-Z
turn around
and Beyonce.
Now.
Beyonce was a child compared to his
Aaliyah.
old boy.
So don't turn around now and try to put it all on black men. Most of that stuff came from you white boys. That's where the brothers got it from. Now, brothers didn't have that amount of power. Okay, as they start climbing in power, Bill Cosby and the like. Okay, then they were afforded the opportunities to take advantage of certain things like that. But you white boys created that, the casting couch, because you wouldn't even let niggas in back in the 30s, the 20s, the 40s, and whatnot. So don't blame the brothers. How come we ain't Me Tooing some of these white boys?
Some of them are in there too. Axl Rose and who else did I say? Oh, trust me, there are some white boys up there.
I'm gonna file a claim, say somebody touched me.
Whatever. Oh, Andrew,
he rubbed my knee.
Andrew Cuomo, he white. He tried to get his freaky decon. That exactly. I mean, as a matter of fact, that's why he's not governor anymore.
Of course,
because
his brother was helping him too.
Because they both lost their jobs. He lost his because he couldn't keep his wee in his pants.
Yeah,
and he was harassing people.
Cover it up.
And then his brother, who was on television.
Joining the news.
Well, he didn't help cover it up, but he made some off the wall.
He covered it up. If you a news reporter, how come you ain't on here? In today's news, my brother is a pervert.
he made some comments, and so he ended up losing his job as well.
Right.
So they both are gainful. Well, they may be employed by now, but at the time they were unemployed.
Yeah.
But anyhow, we got all off track. So now all of my time up. Oh, good.
I'll let you know.
I'm just checking because you'd be talking about wrapping it. Dior.
Well, Bill Cosby should have wrapped it up.
Shoot, sound like they all should have. But Dior is launching an infant skincare line that features a $230 fragrance. And this is for newborns, the toddlers, so that your baby can have softer skin than they already have naturally anyway. It's like, come on now.
Stupid.
That is such a waste of money. But in addition to this $230 fragrance, which is going to come in a 3.4 ounce bottle.
$230.
$230.
To put on the baby?
And it's in a 3.4 ounce bottle. And you have the option of a light pink or a light green cap and a decor ribbon. And compared to some of their other bestsellers, the baby fragrance is like 1.5 times higher than their fragrance for the adults. But
white folk doing too much, man.
But they're also going to include products for the face, the hair, body cleansing foam, and reportedly the price tag for those items are going to be $95. There's going to be some cleansing water for $95. And a face and body moisturizer, which is priced at $115.
All this for a damn baby.
All of this is for the baby. And this person said that, they're always trying to take like orange scents for the baby. So he decided to do something a little different. And so for this one,
stupid.
The formula is going to be some type of pear, wild rose, and a white musk.
You already damaging the baby's damn skin. The baby just got here. It's the equivalent to me of you as a black person going to a tanning salon or putting on damn sunscreen. Black people need sunscreen too. Sit your stupid ass down. Do you know under ultraviolet light, sunscreen is black? Okay? It's representing melanin, which we already have. Your body is designed as a black person to take in the sun. That's how we grow. That's why our hair is only when it grows straight up. Okay? And now you want to put shit on the baby. The baby skin is what the baby skin is supposed to be. Been that way for over 200,000 years or 300,000 years, however long we been here. And now you want to come here and make some moisturizer for the baby's damn skin. Johnson & Johnson took care of that damn baby lotion.
Yep.
I digress.
All right, remember me doing a story a few weeks ago when I said talked about Joe Smith's wife, Keisha Chavez, that he's
who
the
got
basketball
the
player.
OnlyFans channel.
Yes, and he found out through a friend that she had an OnlyFans account. They ended up separated, and
she said he wasn't going nowhere.
No, she didn't say he wasn't going anywhere. She was talking about, she said that they're not getting a divorce.
That's what not going nowhere means.
But anyway, so Cameron, the rapper or singer, whatever he is.
Yeah, Cameron wanted to get in her biscuits.
He told her that he liked the way that her boobs looked, her cleavage looked, and wanted to know if she gave private rub downs. And she said that yes, she did. Well, a few days after that happened, the TV show that she's on made that happen. So she ended up giving Cameron this private massage
and a happy ending.
This special massage that he wanted.
A happy ending.
Well, I don't know about all of that. I'm not going to be spreading rumors.
Cameron called me and told me, he said, Shaq, you got to check it out. I said, nah, Jackie wouldn't like that.
But she did that and then had the audacity to say that she still hopes that her marriage works and that her husband understands and that they can get past all of that. She had to do what she had to do to try to make ends meet at the time, which I don't know what they have to do with her disrespecting him even further by giving Cameron this personal massage. But I guess if she's doing her business and he's paying for it, I guess, I don't know. I guess it's a double-edged sword. But
yeah, because I'm going to say, you guess what? See, because as a man, I know what's going on. First off, you disrespecting calling this man's wife like that, and you see what they're already going through, and then you just gonna throw gasoline on the fire. But that's not my business. But Cameron, I know he wrong, man.
They both was.
You don't do that. I'm not finna call up your girl, bruh, in the midst of what y'all going, hey, you want to come over here and rub me down with some burning hot oils, baby? Like I'm Teddy Pendergrass up in this moment.
Cameron was wrong, true enough. But the person who the husband should be upset with is his wife.
He was upset with her.
Cameron couldn't do no more than what she allowed him to do. She put herself in that situation.
Right.
She's looking at
gotta let a hoe be a hoe, fam. Let her go, Joe.
And then talking about she still love her husband.
Can't
and
make a hoe a housewife, Joe.
She still love her husband and she still want them to get, wants them to understand.
13 years, she a hoe, and a hoe gonna be a hoe, and it's time to let her go and make some adjustments in your life.
Now, Snoop Dogg had a lot of people going because he made this big, huge announcement that he was giving up smoke. He put it on his page, came out with the video. His son posted it and started talking about it. So did his wife, Shantae. Well, then a few days later, he came out and told what the truth was.
I have an announcement. I'm giving up smoke. I know what you're thinking. Snoop, smoke is kind of your whole thing. But I'm done with it. Done with the coughing and my clothes smelling all sticky icky. I'm going smokeless. Solo Stove Fix 5. They took out the smoke. Clever.
It's not that he's going to stop. He's giving up weed.
I didn't think so.
He's just not going to be smoking it anymore. He said he was tired of being sticky, icky, and he was tired of his clothes smelling and all of that. So basically what he's doing is he's going smokeless. There's this new contraption, which now everybody's going to be getting it because everybody's going to be doing what Snoop is doing. And it's this smokeless deal. And so that's how he's going to be indulging in his habits now. And if Snoop is doing it, it got to be working because there is no way that he's going to give up smoking totally if he's still not getting his high. So whatever this thing is.
So maybe he's resorting to the gummies, I guess?
No. He's going to be...
No, I mean along with the thing there that he's using.
No. It's called the Solo Stove, and it's a smokeless. Okay. It's going to be made by a smokeless fire pit company, and so no, he's not going to be doing gummies. He's just going to be doing that one little contraption,
right?
The little Solo Stove.
I guess
he said it takes out the smoke, and it's very clever. So. Now he's going to be promoting the
Once
Solo
I get back
Stove.
to smoking, dog, I ain't never stopping. I'm telling you, I ain't never stopping. I'm going to smoke like a broke stove when I ever get the opportunity to get back to it, okay? I like to smoke.
Well, I'm pretty sure Solo Stove is going to be sold out pretty soon if they're not already, again, just because of...
Right.
Everybody knows that Snoop is a weed connoisseur.
Yeah.
And if Snoop says that it works and is good, then it has got to work and it's going to be good.
Right.
But some people still need to remember that it's still not legal everywhere.
Not legal everywhere.
Not everywhere.
But yeah, if Snoop behind it, it's going to go.
Oh, yeah. You already know he done tested it out and yeah, if it has his stamp of approval, it's some good stuff.
Yeah.
But Joshua Farrakhan, son of Minister Louis Farrakhan, passed away at the age of 64.
What?
Yeah, they're not sure of what happened, but they do say that back in 2001, he was the victim of a shooting for an altercation in Chicago, and he was shot in his right leg, left thigh.
Right.
And he was also hit in the head with a blunt object. So they're thinking that he still had some long-lasting effects from back in 2001.
Right.
But this is the second of their 9 children that Minister Farrakhan and his wife have lost. They also lost the 60-year-old Louis Farrakhan Jr. Back in 2018. He died peacefully in his sleep at the family home. That one, he had a heart condition. And so our condolences go out to their family on the loss of the son. Yeah,
go out to you, Minister.
Yeah, it does.
That's sad. Shouldn't have to bury your children.
Exactly. Now, they're saying that Tyler Perry's daddy, you know, the movie that they just did about Tyler Perry's, or the documentary that was recently released about Tyler Perry on...
I don't watch anything Tyler Perry.
You've seen the trailer. You looked at it with me. You just don't remember.
Probably don't. It's called... give a damn about Tyler
It's Perry. Called Maxine's Baby, the Tyler Perry story.
After the second or third Madea, I was kind of done. Nigga, that's all you got?
Emmett Perry Jr. was his birth name. He changed his name to Tyler Perry because he had an estranged relationship with his dad.
I just could not understand how this man could look at me and hate me with such passion.
He had some horrific experiences that ultimately led to the characters he created and the imagination that he had.
We were so broke. We used to share burgers and talk about these great dreams that he had.
I had all these people tell me what I would never be. Nobody said what I could be.
The thing that's amazing about Tyler is he broke every rule. A studio executive said to him, black people don't go to the movies. They were just wrong on every count when it came to Tyler.
And it talks about how abusive his father was. And so when So
is that sort of like the Kirk Franklin deal thingy?
I mean, Kirk's daddy wasn't abusive.
No. I don't mean the same instance. I mean kind of the same setup and...
No.
Yeah.
No. So when the people that were doing the documentary, when they went to approach Tyler's dad, they went to Louisiana to try to get an interview with him. Then they say he was very verbally abusive with them.
Really?
So yeah, he was. I mean, they say he was just livid. He had wanted absolutely nothing to do with them or the movie. Well, because he probably knows that it was going to be casting him in a negative light, and he wanted absolutely no parts of it. He probably could have been nicer to them in declining, their request for interview with them, but they were like, it was just really a really bad experience.
Right.
And they were not expecting that. But hey, it is what it is. So
they went to interview the dad. Dad didn't want no parts of it. Told him to piss off.
Yep. Pretty much. They made a trip to Louisiana for nothing. They probably should have checked their sources or whatever prior to going. But hey,
you must really don't like Tyler.
It doesn't seem like it.
A lot probably came from Tyler's mom.
Well, that shouldn't have anything to do with his child.
It shouldn't, but it's like they say, when the kid gets older and the mom says, well, why didn't he fight harder to see his child? And the question becomes, why did he have to fight at all? Okay. And back in the day, hell, Tyler my age. So I can only imagine the shit his mama was telling him about his daddy or whatever she was taking him through back then. I ain't finna put it all off on the daddy now. Some dads,
regardless of that, the dad is the dad.
Ain't shit dads. Don't get me wrong,
and that's what he was.
You don't know.
That's what they're. Well, that's what.
Damn know.
That's what he's turning out to be.
That's what you think from what you see today at your age.
That's what he's turning out to be.
He was a grown ass man when you was a baby.
That's still his child. So regardless of what his issues was,
put him through.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
Why did he fight harder to see his kid?
You have to be a parent to understand what I'm saying. That doesn't matter.
Why did he have to fight it all to see his child? You don't know what they was doing back there in the 60s and 70s.
You don't know if that man fought to see him or not.
You don't either.
But you don't either. And regardless of whether he fought to see him or not, it's still his child.
Yeah.
And he can see him today. So regardless of what the hell went on with him and his mama, that has nothing to do with his child.
Well,
and no matter what the child, and no matter that Tyler is grown or not, he's still his son. So it's to the daddy to make it right, not Tyler.
Well, Maybe he tried at one point.
No, that's some bull. No, he didn't. He ain't tried.
You don't know.
I do know.
The mama turned Tyler against your daddy ain't shit.
Whatever.
It's like the one kid who, when he finally turned 26 years old, he ran up on his dad. The dad invited him to the house. He get there and he started telling him all this shit because of what his mama told him. You never sent child support. You never supported me. The dad looked at him, went back to the room, brought back a shoebox full of canceled checks where he had been sending money all these years. And this boy's mama was telling him his daddy never sent him shit. And he got check stubs here of where his daddy, money order stubs, of where his daddy had sent money and they had been cashed.
Ladies and gentlemen, anybody want to tell me just what in the West hell is going on here? I was watching the Kirk Franklin documentary, tidbit pieces of it, you know what I mean? And I got to the juice part where Kirk basically, he done find out who his biological daddy is. Now, he didn't, the man at 52. This man done went all this time, you know what I mean, not knowing who his daddy is. First of all, your mama said, introduce you to somebody that said it was your biological daddy. And you believe that, then you go be 52 years old and you find somebody come to you, tell you, hey man, I know somebody who might be your real daddy. And they come to you because the man, Kirk looked like dude. He's short like him. They got the same complexion. They got that same nose, the whole nine. You know what I mean? So your mama, she told you one story and then you coming with, you misinformed, uninformed. You know what I mean? And then you meet dude, then y'all have a DNA test. The damn DNA test come back 99.9999.5. You understand? Like he all the way your daddy. And then you go back to your mama like, mama, the DNA test said this my daddy. And how your mama got the nerve to look you in the face and be like, that's not right. How you argue with how?
Yes, you're going to have that to happen sometimes. Sometimes it's going to be the mom's fault. Sometimes majority of the times it's the dad's. And then sometimes you got the in between. But it's still not the child's. It's still not the child's.
It's not. I believe that wholeheartedly. It's not on the child to make the relationship. But what if every time the man came over, the woman wouldn't let him see Tyler?
That was when he was a child. He's a grown adult. There's nobody that could stand in the way now.
Then Tyler moved on. Maybe the man didn't have money to travel to go see
maybe,
Tyler.
Maybe. Anyhow.
Yeah, that's what I say to chicks. Maybe. Because the woman is always the one with no transgression. She just damn perfect.
No.
And we see how these kids.
That's why I said sometimes it's the women and majority of the time it's not.
Majority of the time it's the woman.
Nope.
I just refuse to believe all men ain't shit and don't want to see their kid. I hear too many stories. See, Jackie listens from the female perspective.
I'm saying from a mother's perspective and a grandmother.
I look at it as a man perspective. I see too many young brothers who have went and found their dad because you have to listen to both sides of the story. Your mama gonna tell you your daddy ain't shit. Then you go find out from your dad what really happened.
And then you have some mothers that don't tell their children that their fathers wasn't nothing. The kids grow up and see that their fathers wasn't nothing.
That's true.
And I'm I'm one of those.
Rah for no damn woman.
And I'm one of them.
I've seen how much women lie and create.
So does men.
Shit. They do too. But we ain't talking about that. We talking about
we supposed to be talking about my entertainment report. While you all on your rag talking about something that. It's a lot of deadbeat ass men out there. Point blank, period.
Women out there.
Point blank, period. So anyhow, back to my entertainment report.
Leave Tyler Daddy alone.
Jaleel White is returning as Steve Urkel in an animated holiday film.
Oh, because I about to say, I know damn well Steve Urkel, 60 years old, he ain't finna come back.
And it's going to be called Urkel Saves Santa, the movie. I am going to have to look at that. I haven't looked at a cartoon in a long time. That one I'm interested in. It's already streaming. And so you can go And you can find it. Also, it's going to have the voices of Nicole Byer, Roy Wood Jr., and Kim Whitley.
I love Roy Wood.
Kim
my favorite
Whitley
comedian right now
is going to be in it as well. It was released on November 21st.
What's the name of it?
Again, the name of it is Urkel Saves Santa, the movie.
Saves Santa. When is it coming out?
It came out November 21st.
Oh, it's already out there.
It's already out on demand.
I'm going to have to go check Urkel out, Mom.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have some cheese?
Daryl Hall is suing John Oates.
Oh, my dear God. These two.
I like me some Hall & Oates music. It was like, no. But he is suing him so that he can not be singing by himself the songs.
Yes.
Because he's saying that the majority of the songs that they used to sing, he wrote them, and he wrote them by himself. And so he's saying that he owns the rights to those.
They travel in separate tour buses.
Mm-hmm. And that he's saying that John Oates should not be singing those songs. And so right now...
Well, if you don't want to sing with me, what the hell does it matter if I go out there and sing on my own? You don't want to sing.
Because he don't want him making
my money.
Because it's stopping his money, because he feels like it was his song, so he should be getting paid off of that.
No, it's our song.
And
it's a
not.
Damn group.
But he said it's not their song. He wrote them, so that's why he's taking them to court.
We wrote them as a group.
So that he can't do that. And but they still perform together.
Yeah.
Is the thing. Because
and can't stand each other.
Because somebody was like, asked him something about his partner, and he was like, that's not my partner. That's just my business partner, but that's not my partner. Yeah, but
we don't mean y'all booty grabbing together. We just mean, y'all a group.
Well, he was saying it as if they were like friends, partners and friends and things. And he was like, no, we're just strictly business. And, went on his little tangent or whatever. So then when he went and filed his lawsuit, everybody was like, oh, he's serious.
Yeah.
He
oh my God. They travel separately. They do everything separately, man.
They don't like each other.
It's sad. But I can understand when you've been in a group and, it comes down to money or mismanagement or people whispering in your ear about this, that, and a damn third. It all depends on who you got on your team. But Hall & Oates used to make some banging ass music.
And the thing is, the key word, used to. So they don't have a choice but to keep regurgitating the old music. You don't have any new music, and these young kids don't even know who Daryl Hall and John Oates is.
I can go for that. Sarah Smile. Oh my God, Sarah Smile.
That's our age group. These youngsters don't know anything about any of that unless they grew up hearing their parents playing it.
Yeah.
But if you go and ask one of my grandchildren when they come over here, who is Daryl Hall and John Oates? Or who is Hall & Oates? They ain't gonna have a clue.
They ain't got a damn clue, fam. I know. But Hall & Oates, mine was amazing. And that goes back to George Michael with Wham and Culture Club with Boy George.
Yes.
It was just amazing music back then. I hate to see them like that, though. Truly. I really hate to see them. I know.
Or any of the successful groups of things. But, usually that's what happens. If they're together for too long, a lot of times they end up having some kind of dissension.
Yeah.
And then they end up breaking up or whatever. And so it's sad that, things happen that way, because sometimes you have key members that leave the group, and then that's the end of everything for the group.
But then you get old and you want to put the band back together. The gravy train only rolls for so long.
Because look at when Michael Jackson left the Jackson, they were never the same after Michael left.
They've been warbling ever since.
And they still trying to get their groove on.
It ain't working.
They trying.
It ain't working.
Now, Tito is doing pretty good on his own, though. He does blues, and Tito actually sound good.
And the one cut he had out that I listened to last year.
He's put out a couple.
Yeah, it was banging.
They have line dances to his and everything. I mean, so Tito is really doing good. And then he's traveling with touring with his sons. What were they called? The 3 T's?
Yeah, something like that.
So they were
some shit wasn't nobody listening to. But Daryl Hall and John Oates, their divisions over royalties and the performing of their hits on their solo tours, and it's just sad. Mm-hmm. Again, like you said, when Michael Jackson left, when Lionel Richie left, you know, Chaka Khan went out on her own, you know. The band is just not the same without that person who
Gladys Knight when she left the Pips.
Yeah, well, I think them niggas was tired and they just set it down. Because, you know, Morris Day was the drummer in the time until Prince put him up front. And they supposed to had, what's the guy? Saturday Love? Never.
Alexander O'Neal.
He's supposed to have been the lead singer of the time. Okay.
Alexander had a drug problem.
That he wanted too much. He wanted a house and some more shit. Prince told him to piss off. But yeah, Hall & Oates, phenomenal group, phenomenal band.
Yes.
Just say it.
They had more than a one. They were more than a one. Way more than a one-hit wonder.
They got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame and the Rock and Roll Museum.
As they should.
Yes, they should.
Yes. Man. Yeah, some bad boys. And they still sound good. You know, the whole thing is with all these old groups and these old singers is if your voice is still there, go for it. But otherwise, sit it down somewhere.
Otherwise, sit your ass down somewhere.
Yes. Speaking of, that's like with Flavor Flav a few weeks ago when he sung the national anthem. It was like, I swear, every time I think that it can't get any worse with somebody singing the national anthem and butchering it, and then here comes somebody worse.
Yeah.
Flavor Flav, it's like, don't ever do that again.
That's
not in
what
public.
I told them when the Cowboys called me, wanted me to sing it. I was like, you know, my voice ain't what it was. So no, Jerry, I'm gonna have to pass on this one, man. I'm gonna have to pass on this one.
Jerry better be glad he wasn't in New York, because I could see him getting a lawsuit or two filed against him in New York.
Jerry had a lawsuit 2-3 years ago, remember?
I know. That's what I say. If he had been in New York, he would be having one or two there too.
Jerry said the kid is not my son.
Jerry be trying to get his little freaky deaky on.
Well, my daughter in this instance, it's all speculation in the window and rumor that Jerry Jones supposedly had a kid out of wedlock and this, that, and the third.
Mighty funny. He settled out of court.
So did
and
Diddy.
You ain't heard nothing about it.
So
either.
did Diddy. So did Michael. Them people want that shit to go away, man. You can't have this shit lingering. You trying to conduct business.
Now Michael went to court for his. Michael was found.
For another one. The first one he settled. But them people don't want to deal with that shit, man. I'd rather pay you off and get you on. Because paying you off sometimes costs less than going to trial, getting a lawyer, eating up all your time where you could be conducting business. That's why they trying to slow roll Trump.
Well, Diddy is already losing money now, because now by him paying her that money, that took him out of the billionaire status.
He don't give a damn.
Plus, he give a damn. Plus, now his contract that he had with Macy's with the Sean John, that has been canceled.
Right.
So it's starting to happen. Oh yeah, he cares. Trust me, he cares. This is hitting him hard.
Sign yourself.
He put out those little fake pictures and that fake video of him walking around looking like he lost his best friend. But this has been Jackie O, which Push Gap Radio Entertainment Report.
Jackie be on that bullshit, man.
No, Diddy was on that bullshit. He was walking around there looking out sad with his little counselor lady sitting next to him. And it's like, this man live on an island. You can't even get to him unless you on a boat. That was all staged.
This is true. So what do you think? Do you think these adult survivors should be able to bring charges from 30, 40, 60 years ago? Put it in the comments. Tell us what you think.
I wish I could bring charges against mine. And the only thing is that nigga don't have no money. So, hell, we just be wasting our time, energy, and efforts.
I touch you and we'll sue each other.
You ain't got nothing either.
What do you think about Black Friday? Are you going to go... Did you do anything for Cyber Monday? Are you going to do the thing for Christmas? It's a lighter in there on the thing. For Christmas, are you going to participate? I say we boycott Christmas. I say we do the same thing that we doing for Black Friday. These people are just gouging us, man. You ain't making the rich people pay shit, but you want us to pay everything. Gas, insurance. Look at insurance in Florida and California. what's going on there. Let us know what you think. Joe Biden out here pardoning turkeys. Meanwhile, the immigrants are sucking up all the resources. What do you think about that? These people supposed to got free turkeys and dinners that they've been getting for years in their community. Do you think we're giving the immigrants too much? Do you think they need to take their ass back home? Let us know what you think on that subject. Is it time to say, I'm going back to Venezuela? PushGapRadios.com. Never average, never mediocre. Online, on point, and on the money. Pray until something happens. God always provides. At PushGapRadios.com, the power is in the name. Jackie O.
Y'all be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And yeah, and come on, comment and let my husband know that I'm right.
About what?
Everything.
Tyler Perry daddy?
Everything.
Okay, well, we ain't gonna go there, but yeah.
Come on, y'all, comment.
Tyler Perry daddy. In Hamilton Park, Dallas, Fort Worth, we're PushGapRadios.com. PushGapRadios.com. Dallas, baby.
And we're out.
Yeah, you ain't right on everything.
I'm right on everything. Everything.
You stupid.